All right. All right. Two, three, four, 2, 3, 14. All right. Hmm. Come on. Oh. Come on. Stop. Oops. Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
How's everything?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good. Here, so your computer just died in the nick of time?
Yes, my computer was at like 2%, and then I was trying to join the Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
It goes, computer, shut down. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay. Oh yeah, I just totally went to my email thread, and like I totally didn't see. You sent me something, but I don't know if I have like the pictures for these. The 2, 3, 4, 13, and 14.
Yes. Let me see.
Okay. When is
Uh,
this one due?
this is due tomorrow.
Okay, perfect. I can probably, and these are just like writing the algorithm. We could probably cover those today.
Yeah, this one's just like, he just wants us to explain like a detailed plan of how we would write the program.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's not even like an actual program that we have to write.
We can probably just like talk about it in words. Is that something he like? How did he say he wants you guys to do these ones?
I don't know. See, I wasn't in class when we first started doing these. The first time we
Okay.
started doing this was like 2 days ago. So
Okay. I'm probably thinking that did he give you guys like the solutions for the previous ones?
no, he hasn't, not yet. He said he would give them to us next week.
Okay. I think the best thing we could do is like just write because it says just write a detailed plan.
Yeah,
So
let
like
me send it to you right
maybe say it in words. Yeah.
now. Okay, I have it with me. Okay, let me send this one to you.
Did you want to cover? I think I was like trying to review how to better how to better like teach Java.
Yeah,
I think the best thing is maybe because like I've been giving you guys the solutions, right?
yeah,
But maybe if we went over like each one, like kind of like attack it as if you didn't have them,
right.
and then maybe I could just guide you. Did you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Do you see my screen? Maybe it's good if we do
Yeah,
like
I can see your screen.
one of these guys, or like all of them. We'll do them one by one, but then guide me through how you would do it, and then like maybe on your screen.
Yes.
We can do that. So let me stop sharing.
Yeah, let me do that right now. Let me open. Oh, and then my luck was last week when I was coming back from my trip, I was on the
Yeah.
plane and I wanted to do some of my computer science homework.
Yeah.
And I tried opening Java, and
Oh, okay.
Java
Yeah.
decided to completely delete itself from my computer.
Oh wow. The Dr. Java
And
one?
yeah, so that wasn't fun.
Yeah. It's not that bad. That's kind of weird. How did it delete itself?
Oh my god, it did it again. Okay, wait, let me show you. Let me share my screen.
You could always use another ID. Maybe the one I use is kind of different, yeah.
Yeah.
This one is like more sophisticated. If I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as Dr. Java. It's probably if you want, it's also free. It's called IntelliJ. Let me
Okay,
see.
I might download that one too.
Can't be
Okay, do you
open
see
because
this?
yeah.
Okay.
If only apps from us are identified developers. Well, that's pretty weird. Can't be open because I think it's probably not liking it because it's not like a Mac app. So try see if you can re-download it. Like not this one, but just go to the website that you had it before.
Okay. New window.
If not, like we'll download IntelliJ
Let's
and see where you can get this
I
one.
looked this up. I think it was just because there's two different files that I had to download.
Okay.
It was this like Amazon Corretto.
That's what you had to do first.
Yeah, but
That's
that's already, I think that's fine. Wait, I remember I fixed it, and I
Okay.
don't know how. I think I like, see this.
Okay.
See, okay, there. I had to click something different. Okay, I think we did it. Okay, there.
Ah, there you go. Awesome. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe have that guy and then the other one, like not exactly mine, but just the prompt. I'll try to guide you, but like I think it'll be better if you did it from scratch.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, let me go.
Actually, let me ask her. Is like, what was the difficult thing about the exam?
Um, the
So
most
maybe we can
difficult,
cover some of those. Yeah.
yeah, the most difficult thing for me, he still hasn't given us it back. So the only thing I have is I'm so glad I took a picture of it, the prompt for the
Yeah, I
code that
still
we
have
have to
that one,
do.
so that's good. Okay.
But that was honestly easier for me, the code, because we had 30 minutes.
Okay.
And he said that he still gave me points, like even though because I had one error that I couldn't figure out.
How did he correct it? Like, did he correct it if it runs, that's good, and if it doesn't run,
No,
then
he
okay.
said that even if it before the test, he told us even if it doesn't run, that it's not gonna affect. Like obviously, you're not gonna get like
Full points, yeah.
full points, but like it's not gonna be a make it or break it. So I was like, okay. I think it's.
And was it just that, like, or were there like conceptual stuff?
It was
Or
just a lot. Like most of the
just to
when we
pinpoint,
did
like the
our
ones,
review,
yeah.
we didn't have like a lot of the questions were open response, like short answer questions.
Okay.
And he didn't give us any of those to like practice with.
Oh, so it was like a
So
surprise.
when I
Okay.
saw those, I was like, I did not study how to, answer these.
Yeah,
So I was like sitting there
yeah.
procrastinating for like 5 minutes, and I realized, oh, I have 2 minutes to finish 3 questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, on the next one, when's the next exam by chance?
He hasn't told us. Actually, I might know. 1 second. Let me check AP Classroom.
Okay. Yeah, because I would definitely. So because he already had his exam, so I'm thinking that he's probably gonna be on the same lines. So we need to practice questions that he doesn't bring up on his class, which is a little weird because like I don't know how we can anticipate those. So let me see.
Where? Oh, why is there noise? Let me set it. Okay. So okay. Full assignment list. So I'm guessing the next one. What? What do you mean verify? Okay.
A lot of things aren't doing this. Is 2-point verify or whatever it is. All right.
Next one might be like maybe next month or something like that.
Okay. So like those questions though, were you able to like, knowing that you couldn't answer those like fully, were you able to search for them afterwards? And like
Yeah,
what, and
I
how was
did.
that?
I did the last one. There was the one at the end was a one of the questions that he was like fill in the missing code.
Okay. Okay, those are
Um,
good. We did those slightly.
yeah, but I had like 30 seconds to answer it, and it was a fill in the blank. It wasn't a multiple choice.
Okay, so the one thing that stumped you was just that short answer, the
Yeah,
conceptual one.
it was
Okay.
that, and just like the time that we had to. There were, I think there were 20 questions
Okay.
in
That's a lot of
30
questions.
minutes.
Yeah, so that's like, yeah, that's not enough time.
Yeah.
Most of them, so I would think so if he gives you a lot of questions like that, it's gonna be similar for the other ones.
Yeah.
Try to like pace yourself. It's always the pacing because you can't really do like try to do the easy ones first. That's always
Yeah.
what I do. Try to skim and then whatever your strengths are, and then like conceptual stuff, skip it. Don't get stumped. Like always
Yeah.
skip. Like don't try to ponder what it would be because that's gonna be that's gonna kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, it doesn't say when the next one is. This one already happened, that already happened. So unit 2 progress check, it doesn't say when it's supposed to be.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess that's what I would do. For the next one, let's try to. If you do find out when it is, let's try to study like 2 weeks
Yeah.
beforehand.
That's
And
usually what he tells us anyway, so.
okay, and then like maybe we should cover the answers when he gives it to you. He
Yeah.
probably will because for the most part they always give you the answers to the midterm or like any of the exams.
Yeah.
Let's try covering those once he gives it to you. But like yeah, like I would really like to maybe like just besides this, like kind of change how we're trying to attack these guys.
Yeah.
I think it's like ineffective if I just it's like oh, okay, yeah, but like it seems like you get it. So let's try do like 17A, and then like the instead of I know what I wrote was a program, and I think the reason why I do those is so that like maybe you can just like take like portions of it and just explain how you would do it.
Okay.
Like because like for 17A and 19, if you take a look at it, let's see what 17A says.
Yeah, let me go to there.
It shouldn't be that bad though. I think it's really just attacking it and then really studying hard for it.
Yeah.
Is he gonna curve it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I wish.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of
All
us
right.
did bad on it anyways, though.
That's the thing. Like, if most of you, I think if you have like a few people there that had did pretty bad, maybe you guys can email him.
But he showed our grades, like
Okay.
in the class by birthday,
Okay.
and everyone in his whole course in 2
Yeah.
classes,
Yeah.
like there's like 50 of us,
Mm-hmm.
we all had A's and B's.
Okay.
So we all did bad, but we also had good grades, so we were all kind of confused.
I see. I see. I mean, it's relative. Like, what is good?
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely. I'm hoping to. Like A minus is probably. I would definitely like you to at least get an A minus. I mean, it's an AP
Yeah.
class. I mean, get at least a B. Like for me, a B right now like is really not good. If you get an A minus, I think that would be good. But
Yeah.
we'll get there though. I think for the next exam, it's just a matter of like knowing how to study for it.
Yeah.
Now that we know that, the thing is like I don't have this textbook, so
Right.
I don't know what I can like prod and like what we can like look at for the conceptual.
Right.
But you said you found where they were at though, right? Like how did you find the answer for them afterwards?
So afterwards, I pretty much just went through like
Like, did you just Google it?
I tried Googling it. After
wasn't
the
there.
test, I like took a picture of the 2 questions that I thought were super hard. I can see if I can find them and send them to you. But
Okay.
I looked at those and I tried to copy it down into
Okay.
Google.
Okay.
Nothing came up. Nothing even related to the question.
Yeah.
So I
He
was
probably.
like, okay.
Do
So
you
then
remember? Do you remember what was the question?
let me see. I like honestly don't remember because it was like a week ago.
He-
But
He's he's definitely not gonna give you a really easy one. Like,
no, he's quite creative with his questions. So
but for the most part, these things I always tell people this. Like when you try to Google like answers to code or like even like just anything,
yeah.
try to like find like keywords and like synonyms of it. Usually it's something that's related, but okay. Are you looking for it or?
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
Okay.
If anything, I'll find out after class because I know it's here.
Okay. Let's talk about that later. Let's do this one now.
Yeah.
Okay. So for this one, tell me first. We're doing 17A.
Yeah, this one.
So like, what is it? What would you do if you were like gonna attack this for the first time? It seems like it's not that bad.
No. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read this again. A Be Prepared test prep book cost $20.95. Next best cost $21.95. A site called apzone.com offers a special deal, both for $39.95. If you buy 3 or more copies in any mix of these 2 titles, they're $16.95 each. If you buy 12 or more copies, you pay only $16 for each. Write a method that calculates the total for an order of BP copies of Read Prepared and NB copies of Next Best, taking the above specials into account. Okay.
Okay.
So
this is a method. This is a method, right?
Yeah.
So I think we talked about this before, but I guess I want to ask again. What is a method?
Oh my God, what did I just do? No. Delete. Okay. A method is like, isn't it the thing that like writes down like kind of what you're trying to figure out? Like,
kind of. It's okay. Like you know about those functions, like
yeah.
so so like this is a really important one. I guess one of those because like there's variables right in code.
Yeah.
And then you also have like if else statements
Mm-hmm.
and loops, right?
Yes.
And then so the one of the biggest aspects is writing a method. And then like a method is just a function. It's the same as a function. And then like what it does is it's a type of data structure that will perform an action.
Okay.
So it's like a command. It performs an action. What it takes in an input, like it takes in inputs, and then within the body of a method or a function, it will do something to those inputs, and then eventually it'll give you an output. So there's 3 parts to a method: the inputs, the body of the method, which does things so that it performs an action of the inputs that you give it, and then the third thing is it returns an output.
Okay.
So that's technically what a method is. And then I don't know if you guys will cover it next, but the next thing is a class. But yeah, like I think 17A and 19 is pretty much writing a method.
Okay.
Okay, and then like the way they have it here, where they gave you a few things and fill in. This is how you start a method. So do you remember I talked about what a public and static is, right?
Yes.
Okay. So for public, what was it? It's always good to review these things.
Okay, wait. Let me think. This has been a while.
Okay.
Public. Okay, so public is when it's like, are you saying like versus like public class?
Public versus private.
Okay, so public is when it's like it's access to like anyone.
Okay.
And then
good.
private is when like only like the people who you're like either you or the people you give access to the code like can see.
Okay. I think that's good. Okay, and then static.
And then static is static.
Yeah, this one's a little more. I think. Okay. Do you don't remember this one?
No, I don't remember static.
Okay, so static. Static is what I would like if you define in like in the dictionary what static means. It's kind of similar, like not moving.
Okay.
But in code or in Java specifically, static means that you don't have to define an instance. It's kind of theoretical. So so like when you're doing like a class,
Okay.
uh, you always define an instance because a class is just a recipe of creating different variables or objects. And then like for the most part, you always define an instance. But if you put static, like what you have here, you don't have to define an instance.
Right.
So that's it. It's once you put static and you create a method out of it, you don't have to create an instance for the method. For the
Okay.
most part, a method you never create instances because it's not a class.
Okay.
Okay, does that make sense though? I can say that in a different way, but okay, that's good. And so public static, like those are always the case. The reason why you want to define your method this way is you need to have it public because then you usually define a method first and then you use it in a main class.
Okay.
Your main class will call out your method, and then that's where you put specific inputs to it.
Okay.
But within the method itself, you have to define like in general, like this is what we have here. The method name is get order total, right?
Mm-hmm.
And let me step back first. So do you know this word double in front of the
Mm-hmm.
get order total?
Yeah.
This is That's why in Java it's a little bit more complicated because you have to like define everything. Everything has to be defined before you even like, use it. But when you put double in front of the method name,
Mm-hmm.
get order total, what you're trying to say is the output has to be a double. So that's the output type in front of the method name. So it has to be a double. And then like inside the parentheses, so get order total, it says int BP, right? And then int NB. What you put inside the parentheses, those are arguments for your method. And then this is the first part of the method. You have to give it inputs.
Okay.
So, and then I guess the only thing you have to define is the body of the method and then also what you're going to return.
Okay.
So what would you, I guess the easier question is what would you return? I think they kind of give it to you what you have to return.
So I have to return like the total for an order of BP copies and NB copies.
Yeah. So that total right there is that's the return. That's pretty much your output. So return and output are pretty much the same. It's very synonymous. So the output is it has to be a double, right?
Yeah.
And then so it's a double because it has decimals and because this is an amount, right? $1 and cent amount. Okay. So that makes sense. What about this integer BP and integer NB? Do you know why it's an integer?
Because it has a decimal.
So like I was thinking of this at first. I was like, what are we trying to give this guy the order, the total, get order total?
Okay.
And then why is it int? And then why is the double why is the output a double? I think it's because like the int, the BP is the number, right?
Right.
It's like the actual physical number of books.
Right.
So that's why it's an int because it's like you can't have half a book.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a whole number. So, but then the double, the output is going to be you're going to take that the number of books BP best prepared and the number of books for NB next best, these two books, and it's going to be a combination of how many of them, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to times that by how much they cost depending on whether there's a special or there's no special, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's like in essence that's what you have to write. You have to write like a program here, a method that will take the number of books that like maybe a customer's wanting to buy, but then and then kind of like multiply that by their costs. That's the essence of the program. And then the other thing is the cost of it is going to change depending on what?
The order type.
Yeah, the order type, which I think it's not. You probably have to. That's why when I wrote this, I defined another argument.
Okay.
Because like that's how the other argument I have is order type, because then
Yeah,
it's gonna
that's what I
change.
saw.
Okay, good. Yeah. And then that's gonna take in like an input like from the user,
Right,
and then that's gonna get passed into like the method.
right.
And after you actually like put, whatever it is, like no special
Yeah,
category would be maybe like the first sentence here. It says like book cost 20.95, and then
yeah,
like the other one is 21. That's like the no special one, like the
yeah,
ordering price, whatever you want to call it. And then like maybe the next thing can be like special deal. Both of them are 39.95. That's gonna be like special one maybe. And then like what about the second one? The second and third one are kind of, they're not hard, but you have to create like a range, right?
yeah. So you have
Yeah.
to do like um if well the first special would be like um
For the one I wrote, I didn't actually have like a range. You could do that though.
yeah.
Like for example, the like the second one, it says like if you can say if the input of the customer
Mhm.
is either any mix of three. It says
Okay.
three or more. So it could be three of the
Yeah.
the BP, or three of the next best, or two of the BP and then one of the next best, and then two or one, whatever combination.
Yeah.
And that's the least though. And it says three or more, and then up to what? Because like it kicks you to the next one, right? After when you
Right.
get to like 12. So maybe up to 12, but not including 12, or up to 11, including 11.
Okay. I kind of want to try and
Let's
do
let's try do this one. Like
yeah. Okay, wait. Let me oh, no, I want to close that. Open.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, just writing it from scratch. It does have its merit, but okay, let's.
no, it's
Because then
not.
you're gonna remember like these small things. Okay.
Okay. You did this thing and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Okay.
At the beginning of your
The import one.
yes, that.
Okay. So when you import these modules,
Mhm.
it's technically only the time that you would need it. I
Uh,
think for this one, yeah, I think it's good to import this scanner.
okay.
So yeah, just type in import and then java.util.scanner, and then scanner has like a capital S.
My computer keeps doing this thing where it like does double periods and I don't know why.
Oh, it's probably because of the soft key. I don't know.
Probably.
All right. And then this next one, it's really dependent on you. Like the scanner one is definitely you need that one because you're gonna be. Do you know what a scanner is? I guess I've done this so many times, but and we just kind of like assumed that okay, I mean it's there. But do you know the function of it?
Scanner.
Yeah. You
Um,
guys cover that one? Like
no.
okay, so a scanner, it takes input from the user.
Okay.
And then the reason why I always have this, I mean, for this case, let's just talk about this case specifically,
Okay.
is like because so that you can actually get like different things like number, what's special, no special,
Right.
and then I want that to be an input to the user so that you can ask them a question and then they can give you different
Okay.
choices. And then so this next one, this decimal format. Okay, so let's type in java.text dot decimal format with capital D and F. Okay, so this one, what I usually use this for is when you're trying to format like your output.
Uh-huh.
There's a different way to. There's so many different ways to do it, but
Yeah.
this is like my way where you can just import this decimal format and then use kind of like its function to format like if you wanted only two decimal places.
Right.
Well, yeah, so you can give it like a format and it'll do it for you. It'll emulate what you define. Okay. So this first one, you have to put all of this inside a class, right?
Yes.
So that's the very first thing you have to define, like within the program.
Let me name this. Rename file. I'll just put like assignment. I think it was 15. 17. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, my computer has been having problems, like either like the caps lock will like stay in place,
Is it?
or like or like look like this will
Have you
like.
tried to? That's pretty weird though. Is this like an old computer or?
No, this is a brand new MacBook Pro, like with the touch screen thing and everything.
That's new.
I've
My
had
goodness.
it for like in a year, maybe.
Do you have the Apple Care or whatever? I forget.
I do.
Yeah, you
I've
see
taken
that?
it in a couple times too, and they're like, nothing's wrong with your computer. I'm like, it's typing
You
my
showed up? That's
like
weird though.
keys like double. It's so weird. I was like,
Maybe it's just like, oh, don't press too hard. That's the solution.
maybe. Yeah, probably. They're probably honestly people say that I'm an aggressive typer, so that honestly might be it. I
You know,
wouldn't.
I remember that one time, like there's that sound. I thought it was like someone snap.
Oh yeah, that
It's
thing.
not happening now though. It's not happening now.
It's not. Oh, because my computer's on. My computer was on on whatever it's called. Like,
Okay. All right. So what you have right now is good. Okay. Yeah, you can comment. Always comment. It's good.
okay.
So after you do this, for the most part, the structure that usually like that I do is I always define, and I think that's the way you should do it because when you define it, then it's clear that there's a method,
Mm-hmm.
and then the main is what you put most of what you're gonna run, and you're gonna use like everything. You're gonna use a class, you're gonna use a function, but I always define like the methods first, things that you're gonna use, for your class
Right.
or your main class. Okay.
I'm just writing this down. Oh my gosh. See, it does this and I don't understand.
Does it randomly, like the
Yes.
test lab? Oh wow. Yeah, you didn't spill anything on it, right?
No.
Okay. Sometimes it does that, like but then and then I guess like have you used it when you're like eating?
Um,
Because like for the most part, like my computer did that before when I spilled water on it, like
oh
this was,
no.
or like when I didn't dry my hands after like washing it.
Oh, that happens to me sometimes. Okay, that might be it then.
Yeah, because then the moist goes inside, and then especially if it's inside the cap, like when it's inside the capsule, which is like really bad.
Right.
Anything else, I think will be good, but once it does that, try to dry it as much as you can, like as soon
Yeah.
as possible, because it will mess with you. I
My
think,
mom has been like after we travel, she's been like
yeah.
grabbing what are they called? Like Clorox wipes and wiping
Oh,
down my keyboard and stuff. And I feel like that because
oh,
it has like
you shouldn't do that, by the way.
right, okay. So okay. It came from you that I shouldn't be doing that. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that because I used to do that before, but like I said, it's the same thing. It gets moist, and then
Right.
once it travels down to the inside of your keyboard,
Yeah.
it will do that, whatever the effect is or not. The best way is to just use dry cloth,
Okay.
because I used to do that before, but I found out that it's bad for your computer.
And then she'll close my computer. I'm like, Mom.
And it won't dry.
Exactly. Okay, well now I know. Thank you for letting me know.
Okay, yeah, that's probably the reason. Anyways, okay. So for this one, yeah, like so you understand all these parts now. Let's try to define the body.
Okay.
So okay.
Is this all I have to put here?
Oh yeah, you have to put in the OT too, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Or wherever it is, yeah.
I have to put string in front of it, right?
Yeah. So this one will take in. It's like an iteration. Like in the beginning, you won't know until. And that's what happened with me. Like I was trying to create this, and then like I was like, oh, okay, maybe I need an OT, like a string that will
Right.
define like which one it's gonna output. So okay, having that, maybe try to explain to me like how you would do it first.
Okay. So I have to do the if else statements.
Okay, good. And then what
So
what statements are they? Like what different conditions are you
So
gonna
I have to
define?
do like I have to write down the one with like no like special order thing.
Okay.
So just like the regular one.
Okay, no
Um,
special, okay.
and then I have to do
And then for that one, like what do you want to return for that one? For the no special?
um return just how much whatever one of the books, the one of the be prepared and the next best cost together.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Like I said, like for the one I have, like I didn't really, because it'd be weird. Like I guess I'm reading to it too much. Is what if they, you gave them like a choice of no special and then special, right?
Okay.
And then obviously the no special is gonna be more expensive.
Right.
So like if they bought like 10 or like 5 of each, it would be much more cheaper if you just told them like, oh, special 3 would be the one that you
Right.
want, right? Or special 2. But I
Right.
think it doesn't really matter. Like
Yeah.
if they said no special, just put in like number of BP times whatever the cost
Okay.
plus number of NB times whatever the cost.
Okay. Okay. So if
Because
um
yeah, in this thing it doesn't it can go many ways, but as long as you have like a systematic way.
do I have to put O
Oh yeah. We didn't talk about this one. So in the condition before we used to only use, or as far as I know, like we have only used the equal, right? The comparison
Mhm.
ones, and less than equal, greater than equal.
Yeah.
But those only work in Java. It only works if it's a number.
Okay.
If you're comparing a string, like two different strings, are they equal? Like
Yeah.
you can't just say one string equal another string. It won't
Yeah.
work. It won't even run. It won't recognize that.
Right.
The way you want to define it is like you have to have that variable that contains the string that
Mhm.
you want to compare first, and you call out a method called dot equals. So ot dot equals.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So the
Yes.
ot dot, yeah, dot equals. So and then the next thing you put inside this guy is what you're comparing ot to,
Like whatever the no like
like
without
whatever you're gonna ask the user. Maybe like no special doesn't.
Okay. Um
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. So, and then also like it always does this, but like when you're trying to define conditions, you have to put parentheses.
oh,
Like you have to enclose them, yeah.
okay there.
Yep, and
Um
that should work. Okay.
and then I have to put one of these.
Yeah.
Um and then I have to put return, right?
Yeah. So that's the body of the if else statement.
And you
But
said to
the reason why you put return there is so like you have an if else statement inside your method, and then
Mhm.
you define your body, which is this if else condition.
Okay.
You could do more things before you return it, but I just kind of the way I've done it is I kind of skip like the math or like the method of getting to what's inside the return. You could either do it where you define what's inside your return as a line, and then you put that inside a variable, and then
Okay.
the next thing would be return that variable. Or you could put in you can just combine those two. Like you put return and then whatever you put inside. In this case, it's really simple what you're returning, so that's why we're doing this.
Right.
Okay.
And this looks right, right?
Yeah, and then all these other ones are just kind of like iterations of the first one. So
Okay.
else if,
Um let's put oh wait, where's the little thing? I see
yeah,
that.
let's do that
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Else if okay.
Yeah. Do you know why we're doing that? Else if?
That kind of confuses me. I tried like reading about it last night,
Okay.
but it's still the if else if statements kind of still confuse me.
Okay. So for the most part, you would definitely, these are the main, like another critical point is knowing like how to use if else
Mhm.
statements, because like you're gonna be comparing like from now until you're done with coding, which is like I don't know, because like coding touches on every subject, but an if else statement, else if, what you put in the if is your first condition.
Right.
An else if statement is optional if you don't have other conditions. If you have just one condition and then everything else is you only have that second condition, which is everything else, that's an else. But if you
Right.
have like three conditions where you have one that's in this case there's no special, and obviously you have different specials, right?
Yeah.
That's when you use an else if because you have more than one like specific condition.
Okay.
And then, so when you run if, like, when once you start running this, it goes from top to bottom. It goes from if first, and
Okay.
if it's not, if OT doesn't equal no special, then it will run else if, the first else if, and then the second,
Oh,
and then
okay.
the third, and then once if all of them are false, because it will only run if it's true, right?
Right.
Well, if all the if and else if statements conditions are false, then it will default to else, which has no condition, right? To check.
Right.
Yeah. So that's the flow of it.
Okay.
If is when it's true, then it runs. Else if it's true, then it runs. If all of them are false, it runs else.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. It's just really like the more you use it, the more it makes sense. There's also another way of like like I think the other way of like defining it, like I think it's like called switch. It may make sense sometimes, but for now, let's just go with if else if. The other one
Okay.
is easier to write though.
Oh,
It's like less
okay.
words to write, but it does the same thing. It's got the switch statement.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
Okay, so I think you were like calling them in the thing that you sent me like special one or whatever, which
Yeah.
I'm gonna do the same thing. Special one.
Okay.
But I have to include, no, do I?
For which one? Like
This,
enclose it in braces, curly braces. Yeah. You
yeah,
always
okay, yeah, that's right. Um, there you go.
you always do this curly braces if you're doing if like everything in Java has them, which sucks.
Yeah.
You'll get used to it though.
Returned. Okay, so we can do,
Okay. So for this one, like it says both, right? For
yeah,
so I think the way I'm reading it is like the total is 39.95.
right.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
I'm guessing.
you don't even have to really like I said, like you could put in another if statement and say like if there's two, because you can really like nest this if else statements. But for this, I would just say like okay, if they say special one, because what you can do later on. So here it's just very simple, right?
Yeah.
Like what there's what once the customer or the in says special one, you can
Uh,
you can do that other if else statement to check like, oh, are you wanting to buy two, or if you're wanting to buy three, then maybe you can't get special one, maybe you have to
yeah.
go to special two. You can do all this not here. You want to keep it simple for your method, and then you can do all those checks in your main class.
Okay.
Yeah, does that make sense? Because the reason why
Yeah.
you don't want to bulk everything here is
Right.
you gotta do it like either way, but for me it's just easier to do it in your main class. And the
Got it.
only thing that, and then the one thing that will kind of pass that, like like for example, if the customer says special one, and then you read that through your program, and then it will check. It will they sometimes call this chatbot is once you give it an input of special one, they'll ask you, so how many do you really want? Do you want one or two? That's your second question. And then
Right.
if they say like, oh, I want one of these and one of these, then you're allowed to give them like either no special or special. If they
Okay.
say like three in total, then they don't have the option of getting the special one. You have to give them special two.
Right.
And all that can happen. It's like nested if else statements in your main class. Okay.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Okay, so here I can just put like the total.
Yeah.
So 39.95. Could I ever write like total and then write that? Or would I only have to put the,
Like total like the string.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. Like you can definitely put anything inside here. So like what I would do is just like type in the in quotation, like total is or something like that.
Could
Like
I
it
put
has to
it
be,
here?
it has to be a string, yeah.
Okay, so I'd have to put, wait, do I do it separate from this?
It has to be inside the parentheses.
Okay,
Everything has to be inside the parentheses.
so it
So
has to be like total and then string.
okay. So what's inside here is it's the thing that's gonna print. It's, you know the print
Right.
statement.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a print statement.
Okay.
So what I would do is put total inside double quotations.
Okay.
So that's a string, right? Once you
Oh.
once you put it inside double quotations. Quotations, not parentheses.
Oh, sorry. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. No, it's all good. So right there, like it's probably just one, right? There's still.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that right there, you see how it changed, right?
Yeah.
It changed color. That's an indicator. So it's a string now.
Okay.
And then the next thing you're gonna put is so plus. You have to put plus. And then I think that should be good. Total plus 39.95. Let me see. Return BP plus 20.95. Okay, and then that's it. We'll see if it runs. That's always like you always want it to debug. It's like an iteration.
Okay.
Okay, so the next one you could also do that for the top one if you want. For just to make it consistent.
For this one.
Yeah. And plus.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there.
And then like, did you want to put like maybe like a colon in front of the
Yes.
or yeah in front of the total before the number? So you put it inside the string after L. Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
And here too.
Yeah. Just to like make it
Over there.
look good. Yeah. And then yeah, just do the rest of them, and I think it should be the rest of them isn't that bad. I would just do kind of like what you did for the first one.
Okay. So we have to do else. Oh my gosh. See, it just does it on its own. Else.
Yeah. Yep. Your problem is because of the wet key.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I really, what's tough about that is it's hard to fix. Like eventually, you just have to keep I guess drying it. Over time, it's gonna fix itself.
Yeah.
The other thing you could do is you can open up your caps lock if it's just that one. You can actually open up that key.
Yeah, I might do that.
Can I like pry it and then like and then try and then try to dry it that way.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay, there. And then this one is gonna be return. Oh, sorry, I put no special by accident. Special 2, I guess.
Okay.
And then that would be return total plus see why would it okay plus wait, is there a difference if I put a space here or if I leave
No,
it like that?
there shouldn't be a difference.
All right, well, I'm just gonna do a space anyways.
White space.
And then the next one I guess I could do
Okay, so I did check something. So because I that plus 39.95.
Yes.
I think what you have to do is because they're not both strings. In this case, you may have to define a variable before return, like for each one of them.
Okay.
And then like put the the actual number inside that variable. So like whatever is after plus, like plus BP, right? Like for the first one. So all of that after the first plus, just take it out and put it above and assign it to another variable.
Up here, this thing?
Yeah, like all of that from BP to 2195. Try to like cut it and then paste it on top of return.
There, and then delete it?
Yeah, and delete that and then and put it on top of maybe like return on top of that. Yeah, and then make it equal another variable.
Equal
Like maybe like special or no special var.
Did I just put that?
Let me see. Let me see. And then put in like the whole thing like BP. Like so, create a variable first. Like no special variable. Whatever variable you want to create. I would probably put like a underscore, like no underscore and then special.
Okay, no
They need to be together. That's why.
special. Do I just put the equals? Oh my gosh. What? Okay.
Let's see this one. Okay.
Do I have to? I feel like I have to put something in front of this.
Which one? Yeah, and then the next thing, maybe put like no special underscore var.
Okay.
Yeah, and then make that equal the value that BP times 20.95 and NB times 21.95. Yeah.
Okay. Wait, can I put that back there? Wait. This. Okay. This?
Yeah, and then you have to create, I believe you have to you actually have to define the actual, you have to initialize it because no special var doesn't have like a data type. So I think it's a double, right?
Yeah.
So you have to do, how do you do that? You put it in front of the no special.
Yeah.
Right?
There. So what do I do with this? Do I keep this here?
You have to replace that with the double.
Double
Yeah,
special var. Okay.
yeah, that one.
No underscore special underscore var. Okay. Like that.
Yeah.
And then do I have to do the same thing for everything else?
Yeah, I have to do that for all of them because like I said, like it's not the same data type. So yeah,
Right.
that's why you have to like define something else first. The easy way would be just not outputting like a string, just the actual number.
Okay. So
But this is good because this way we can figure out, because it's always good to create like a different route and
right.
check if what you're gonna, how to do that. Because in that process of doing it, then you can technically learn like, oh, okay, these are the things I can do, these are the things I can't do.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so for here, is this a double two? Yeah. Double.
Which one?
This one.
Yeah, all of them are double.
Yeah, they're all double. Okay. Double, I'll do special underscore 1 underscore var. Oh my gosh. Okay. And then maybe like that. And then here, I just have to put double special underscore 1 underscore var. Okay. And then did I do this correctly up here where like I put it right after this?
Which one? Let me see. So you did double. Oh, I see. You have to put that one inside after the else if.
I did. Wait.
Yeah, like it has to be after.
This?
Yeah, after the
I
else if.
put after. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me put this back. Okay, there. So I have to put it here.
You have to put it like so for that one, yeah, right there. There it is, good.
Okay. So it's after else if. Okay, got it. So then here I have to do, oh, well, I haven't done that one yet. Okay. So this one says any mix of these two titles are $15.95 each. Why is it doing that? Okay, close. So I have to do, let me just do it up here already. Double, oh my gosh, double special underscore 2 underscore var equals it would just be BP, any like amount of BP times 1695, or yeah, 1695 plus any number of NB times 1695.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
I think for this one, so I was just checking a few things. I think you have to actually, you have to convert your integer or like your double into a string. So there's actually, let me see if this one works first. Double to string. Just keep on typing those ones, and then
Okay.
I'll kind of debug it, like before we run it.
Okay, cool.
Double to string, okay. Okay, that's okay.
Yeah, okay, and then okay, and then if OT equals special 3 double underscore 3 underscore bar equals if you buy 12 or more copies. Okay, I have a question.
Okay.
So for this third one,
Yeah.
you have to do you pay only $16 for each.
Yeah, for this one, yeah.
But I technically couldn't write like BP times 16 plus NB times 16 because it says that you would only be able to use that special if you bought 12 or more copies.
Yeah. So another way, like for the way you could do it is you could either do that in your main, and then once they pick like special 3, like kind of like give them a choice of whether they can even do special 2 or 3.
Okay.
But for this, it's you've already passed that because you're gonna do that in your main class, like whether they can pick special 3, and then the only way they can pick special 3
is if they do.
Yeah, if they buy 12 or more, yeah.
Okay, so I just write it as like BP times 16 plus and
yeah, knowing that you have 12 of those or 6 and 6 or whatever iteration.
Okay, got it. So
yeah, so for both of them, yeah, so it'll be both 16.
Okay, got it. So then see.
That's gonna mess with your input.
It's Tuesday.
Oh, sorry, that was my computer.
Yeah, that's gonna mess with your input. Yeah, I think we should just stick to like outputting like an integer.
Okay.
Because you know how like it says up top, this is why Java sucks, because you're limited by what you can input or what you can output.
Right.
And also input, because both of them are, the output here is double, right?
Yeah.
That means everything inside that parentheses after return has to be a double.
Oh.
It can't be a combination of string and double.
Oh no.
In this case,
Right.
you could just put both of them as a string. But
Okay.
I think that's like really like redefining another prompt. So yeah, let's just kind of delete the kind of like what you would do in the beginning is just have like a one output, meaning like just the cost. You could keep what you have in the before return, like what you have there, but
Okay.
just change what you have after return. So just put in no special one underscore bar, because that right there is a double already, right?
Yeah.
It's already so
Okay.
you could
So
just
this.
you can't do that one because it's a combination.
Okay. So how would I write this?
So you would have to just delete the string total, the total
Okay.
string, yeah, and then put in no special var inside. Yeah,
Do this.
yeah, because this right here, the get order total. I think I did this one actually. If you take a look at, yeah, I did do this one. So if you know how you want to put in like some a phrase before the actual total, you
Right.
could do this all in your main.
Okay.
The only and then this get order total, the only thing it's gonna do is output like the actual double like cost of it, the total cost.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
But you can definitely add more things to it, just not in your method.
Got it.
Because like that's the limitation of a method is
Right.
you can only have one output type and a bunch of input types, but then you're still limited. The inputs are still limited by what you can do with them inside. That they can't be like, for example, like integer BP, integer NB.
Okay.
You can't convert those from like integer to string and then output it as a string. The easiest way is just to stick with the integer and then make sure that's what you're inputting and outputting.
That makes sense.
Okay. All right. So
Okay, so
let's
I
see.
think I just need to do the else statement.
Yeah, for this one, let me think. So no special, special one, two, and three. So I guess what else can they get, say? Like that's why for this I just put zero. They didn't tell you anything.
So do I make a double for it?
Not necessarily because like so there's no condition. The return for this
Right.
is just it's already gonna be a double, right?
Right.
There's no condition for this one, right?
Yeah. So I just put. What did you write for
So
here?
right now, what you're writing is the condition. You don't have to put in a condition. It's just else, and then you need to put in the brace, the curly brace.
Oh yeah. Here.
Yeah, and then after that, you put in what you're gonna return at the on the next line. Yeah, and then all I did was just return zero, because that means they didn't want anything.
Like that.
Yeah, it could be anything though. It could be like maybe for this, I think it makes sense, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And let's see if it works. Let's try to run. So let me see. You close the. You have to put in another brace to close the else, and then the
Oh yeah,
public
that's
step
right. That's right. That's
and the
right.
method itself.
There.
Okay, and then another one to close the method.
There.
Okay, that's good. So now that should be good. Maybe we didn't run it yet. The way you would run it is try to create the public static void main, and then in there you have to call that guy out.
Public. Wait, main. Parentheses. Right. Oh my gosh. I'm not really having it with my computer right now. Okay. Oh my god. It's like putting everything double now. Okay. This thingy. And then I'm just going to put what I usually write, which is preform Java operations. Okay. Done.
Okay, and then so let's try running just the method.
Okay, I have to like make it bigger. There. Run. Oh,
Yeah, you have to put in the, you have to call out your method.
what do I do?
So you have to type in your method name in there. So like get order total, return.
Where do I put it? Where do I put it?
Yeah, put it after the public static void main. Just put in get order total.
I think I did get, wait, what did I do up here? Okay, there. Get order total. There.
And then you have to define the inputs inside. Oh no, not like that. I'm not actually looking at. I'm trying to do something else. You need to put the, so not in there, not in the after.
Okay, I was like, what?
You have to put it after the whole entire thing. After
Okay,
the
I was like, I'm confused. After this, right? Or before the curly brace?
So like on line 31, put it on line 31.
Okay. I was like, I don't think that's right.
Yeah, put it on line 31, and then you need to type in the whole, yeah, and then put inputs inside the parentheses. So you have to define what NB, BP are. So put a parentheses first.
This whole thing?
Let's see. Get order. Oh no, after the get order total, you need to
Okay.
put parentheses, yeah.
Okay, there.
And like,
You have to
what's
put
the first argument?
no
You have to put in like a number. Put
Oh,
in a number, yeah.
okay. That was
An integer.
B. Oh, do I put the no special var? Or do I have to put like this over here?
So if you scroll up, you can see what your first. So the first one is an integer,
I
right?
put this.
So you put in like a number, like maybe you just put in 1.
Oh, okay. Wait, I'm confused. Why am I putting in 1?
Because then you're gonna test if it runs, right?
Oh,
So
okay, got it.
So that first one is gonna be it's gonna be input for that's gonna get assigned to BP, and then the second one is what, NB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, does that make sense? Like that's why you defined it, because then in the main class, this is where you actually use it.
Right. Wait,
Yeah.
but I'm still confused.
Okay. At what part? Because so you know how like you
How do I
created,
finish this? What I'm doing right now?
so you have to define the next argument. What's the next argument?
But do I do this?
So like if you look at on top, try to look at your method, and there's 3 arguments, right?
Right.
So that means that you have to define a
Oh, okay.
and
You
the
mean
third one, yeah.
this? You mean
Yeah.
these?
Yeah, those guys, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Input the arguments, the same thing, yeah. So
Okay, so it'd be int BP equals.
you don't have to put int BP. You just it will just take that in as it will assign it to BP if you would just put in like a number there.
Okay, so I'll just put it in 1,
Yeah, and then the next thing is yeah, you have to put in the second argument.
which can I do the same thing?
Yeah, it's also an int, right? It's also an
Yeah.
integer.
Wait.
What
So do
happened?
I just put comma and then put another one?
Yeah, that's how it works, yeah.
Okay, and then comma, and then order type. What do I write for that?
So for that one, so what's the data type? It's a string, right?
Yeah.
So since this is a string, you have to put it in quotes, and then it has to be, for this one, we're just testing it. We're actually gonna define how we're gonna like ask the user. But right now, just put that like hard code, maybe like no, like pick any of the 4, no special, special one, whichever one.
Do I put the no underscore special underscore var or just no special?
Whatever's inside your condition. What's inside your condition?
No special.
Yeah, it has to be that one.
Okay, so that. Like this?
All right. So right now, it won't output unless you put in like system.out.
Okay.
Because that's how you print it out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So try to type the whole entire print system.out, that print line, right? And then put this get order total, this whole thing right now you have, put it inside the parentheses of system.out print line.
Okay.
Okay. Print ln, yeah. And whatever is inside the parentheses, put the whatever's in 31 inside there. So just copy or cut the get order total.
Oh my goodness.
So you know what you have in line 31.
Yeah, this.
Yeah, just cut that whole thing and paste it inside there. And then like yeah, like, make it not a string. So take out the quotation. Yeah, take that guy out. Yeah. And I think this should work. So yeah, just end it and then put in a parentheses and then another one. Okay. And then suppress that. Okay. And then like delete 31.
Okay.
And I think this should work. This is how you would check it. And then like just and then finish it with curly braces.
Like this?
Yeah, I think you need another one though, right, for your class. Yeah, and then one more. Oh, how come I didn't highlight it? There should be one for class.
Well, because we already did this one.
What about the public class one though?
That already was enclosed.
Oh, that's already enclosed. Take that one out. You need to enclose the other guy in there.
Okay.
The public stuff, yeah, because it won't run. There you go. That makes sense. Okay. And then try to run that and see if you're right now what we're doing is trying to check if your method get order total, if it works. Oh yeah, you have to suppress that one.
What about here?
How come you have to? That's a weird one. For line 12, do you need to put in a curly brace, I think?
Okay.
Okay, try running that one. What does it say? 14.
Oh, I think I have to put
Oh
that.
yeah, you need to suppress those, yeah. Oh, it's all of them.
It's all.
Yeah.
And here. It says illegal start of expression.
What? No, 29. Let me see. Public static void string args. Let me see if that's the. Let me think. Let me see. Something public static void main. Okay, that seems correct. Why is that? Why is that not working? Oh, did you? Oh, I see. Go back to the else statement. This is why I don't like. So you know your if statement. Your if statement needs another brace, right? Because your else and else if.
Okay.
Let me see if that's what it's going on. So you have a brace there in line 12. That's good.
Yeah.
You have another brace in if. That's good. Else if, else if. Then else. Try scroll down. And then you suppress the else in line 26. You ended it. And then I think you need another one to end your method, right? So maybe on line 27, put in a curly brace.
Well, that's what we did. And then
you're supposed to have another one there. So to end your method, which is good. And then scroll down, let me see your, so then you define your main and then another curly brace to end your class. Yeah, try compiling that. So what line?
Whatever it's called, PP.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Awesome, it works. You see that?
Awesome.
Yeah. Does that make sense? So try changing the no special to special one.
Okay.
Just to check if all of them are communicating. Okay, good. Nice, last one. Perfect. Yeah. So you see like how the output looks? It doesn't look like a dollar like amount, right? Like a money
Right.
amount. So That's the reason why I wanted to import the decimal format, which we will use.
Okay.
Let me just see in terms of like time though.
Ah,
We're almost done pretty much. We'll continue the other one tomorrow, but let's just finish this one.
okay.
So like, okay, now that, does that make sense? Like creating just a method, we've pretty
Yes.
much done the whole thing with the and like now what we want to do in the main is kind of like ask the user what they want.
Right.
So that this is where the scanner comes in, and you have to implement the scanner. So let's try doing that. Let's replace the system.out print line. Let's erase that inside the main. So the main one, yeah. Let's delete that guy because that was just to test it. And then we have to define an instance of the scanner.
Right. So
So
be
do you know how to do that?
yeah. I think
Okay.
I might be wrong, but we're gonna try. Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's just try it. I want to see if
Scanner
we've done it so many times.
input, right?
Yeah.
Equals.
Oh, and then this input thing, this input guy, the variable there, it could be anything. Because that's just the scanner input. It could be scan, input, whatever. So equal what?
Do I kind of just put scanner?
So when you define an instance, what you usually assign it is new. You put new.
Yeah.
This is the Java way. And then you put in scanner again.
Then I have to put system dot.
System.in. Yeah. System.in.
Oh my gosh.
System. System dot yeah.
Really creative.
And then
with
like
spelling.
sometimes there's no rhyme and reason why, but this is just syntax. Like right here, line 31 is defining a scanner instance. Because
Okay.
scanner is a class, and you have to define it in an instance because it's not static. Okay. And then right here on line 32, what are you doing?
I'm print outputting what I want to ask the customer.
Yep. Yeah. So that's why it's always a combo when you're doing the scanner and then system.out print line combo. It's always what you're gonna ask them, and then you always define the instance first. That's the very first thing of scanner.
Yeah.
And then you can continually use the input as many times as you want. And then it's just the first thing you do is you ask a question using system.out line. And then the next thing is you assign whatever the input inside the inside a string or whatever, a line, whatever it may be. Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
I do what type of order? Sorry, I'm typing with one hand. Would you like to make today?
Yeah, something like that.
Question mark.
And I guess you can yeah, let's actually create a different way. Yeah, just do that. And then
But don't I have to input the
choices.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my way of doing it. Maybe you can just give them the choices. The one thing is like that's reading into it. Like because if they didn't know what they meant, what the heck is no special? What does special one mean, you know?
Right.
So it's either you have to tell them here as well, or you can just, obviously this is not like something that you have to publish.
Right.
So it can be very skeletal like this, where it still has, you need some background. So you running this, you know what special one means, special two.
Yeah.
So just let's keep it simple. Let's just do that. Because this one just tells you to like write something. It's not like
Do I
you
have
have
to
to.
put another quotation? Yes, I do. Or whatever it's called, parentheses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like suppress it.
Okay.
Okay. And then so you define the question. The next thing is now you have to put in the order, right? String.
Yeah.
And this is how you actually ask you assign their input from the user. Whatever the string is, it's gonna take in the input from the user.
Okay, so string order.
It's usually a string, so.
So do I just put string order type?
Yeah, for me, that's like the best way of like
Okay.
communicating to someone or like, a developer that this is
Right.
gonna be the order type, what you're asking them.
Right.
So like, your question there, what type of order, it's directly correlated to order type. That's just something you have to remember. So when you define like the question for your scanner, you have to correlate whatever that question is to the variable type or the variable name, order type.
Okay. And what
And
would I
then
put here?
in there, what you assign that variable is, so this input right here is the same
Yeah.
name as your instance, right? The
Mhm.
scanner instance input. So you put input, the scanner instance, and then you put another method. You put dot next line. The reason why we say dot next line with like a capital L, like
Oh.
so with it, so dot next line. The reason why we say that is because it's a string. If it was an integer, which it would be dot next integer or dot
Mhm.
next int. But in
Okay.
this case, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. So yeah, dot next int. So so for this one it's dot next line, yeah. And you have to put in like a parentheses.
Okay. Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the whole purpose of line 33 is just to assign whatever the user is gonna input, like
Okay.
in the command line into order type. That's a combo here, what we did. And then so the next thing is, for me, I wanted to create an instance of the decimal format.
Okay.
So maybe let's try to do that first before we do the if else statements. So
So,
you know how you imported the decimal format, right?
yes. Just
In
want
this in the same way, if you look at line 31, just to explain it, like if you were doing this, it's like, oh, like let me try to do it. So you know how in line 31, you have the class name scanner, right?
Yes.
And then you imported that first. So if you didn't import it, it's gonna give you an error.
Right.
So since you imported it, now you can call it the name of the class, scanner or decimal format. They're pretty much the same thing. Like in general, they're both classes. So scanner
Right.
and decimal format classes. You always import. Next thing is now you can define an instance by doing the name of the class, scanner or decimal format. And then the next thing you have to write is the name of the instance. For scanner, the instance name is input, right?
Right.
For decimal format, the instance name is what? It could be df or something else. It's up to you.
I'm gonna use DF.
Okay. Just make sure, like, what I'm trying to communicate right now is like what you can and cannot do.
Right.
And this part is it's an iteration. Like sometimes you have to test it and experiment. It's like, oh, what can I do? But yeah, this is what you can change: the name of the instance.
Okay.
What you can't change is the name of the class, scanner and decimal format.
Okay.
And then so the next thing is for both of them, just to see a relation is, so you know for line 31, you put equal new, right?
Yeah. So I have to do the same thing.
You have to do the same thing. But then the thing that changes is this next guy. So it's just syntax. For scanner, you put system scanner system.in. For decimal format, you don't put that. You put in whatever format you want to define. So in a string though. So like for example, if you have a dollar amount in or like a money, uh, you want what you want to do is maybe like put in 2 $, dot 2 $, right?
Okay.
In this case, if it doesn't, if it goes more than that, that's why I put in the third one, and then like put a quotation mark, and that's it. If it's more than like 100 or more than 99.99, you might want to put in a third $.
Okay.
But it's up to you. That's just what you can do. All right. So for the next one, I guess why don't we do this? Try to let me just define if and then try to define else if, and then we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
So for like kind of like similar to how we're gonna define if right now. So for the if one, so for this is an easy one. All you have to do is kind of similar to what you did with your method, right?
Right.
And so but the difference is it's gonna be orders underscore type, and then this is the guy that you're gonna compare to the input of the user. So equals no special.
Okay.
Okay. And then for the next thing, you want to ask them, what do you want to ask? Because then in this case, there is no you don't know what number of books they bought yet, right?
Right.
So maybe that's a question to ask
Okay.
for each of them.
So how many, what are they called? Be prepared?
Yeah, it's a weird one. Next best.
Prepared books, would you like to purchase?
Yeah. So you get the flow of this. So what we're doing right now is you ask the question, and what's the next thing you think? And this is a scanner, right? You're asking the user a question, and
Okay,
you're getting an input from them. So what's after the question?
they're gonna tell you.
Exactly. And
So,
how would you input that in code?
integer.
Okay. Because the question is asking for an integer or a double, right? It could be a double, but in this case, it's an integer.
Right. So it's gonna be integer. Could I put
Whatever.
BP?
Yeah, it could be BP.
Okay.
The reason why I didn't want to put BP is I wanted to distinguish that from our method.
Oh, okay.
For
So
the
should I
most
write
part,
it all out?
yeah, like something similar. There's a reason why I didn't use the same OT or BP or
Okay, got it.
because you could have used that. And then for some developers or coders, they do that.
Yeah.
I think it's a little sloppy because this is the main class. It's not the method. You don't want to be repeating things, is what I'm saying.
Exactly. That makes sense.
What you put inside your method, what we defined in the beginning, that's like a what I would say that's a general case because you're going to be using that many times.
Right.
So the BP, it doesn't have to be the same variable as a general variable. OT is a general variable. You could pass it different inputs, and that's why it's different. Okay, so you
And then
see
I
this
did
one.
this.
So for this one, you know how like in line which line was it? Line 33.
Yeah.
We asked the user a string, right?
Right.
So if you ask the user a string, you put dot next line. But if you ask the user an integer,
Integer, then it'd be next integer.
yeah, with a capital
Oh,
I.
capital I.
Yeah, it's just a
There you
syntax.
go. And then those two thingies and suppress it.
Yeah. And that's one question. There's another question, right?
Yeah, you have to ask how many of the other ones are they gonna do? So system dot out dot print on how many, oh, what are they called? Next best.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, we could probably run this without the if else, the else if and else. Let's just try to do that. So after this one, we'll put in a system.out. Okay, and the next one.
It'll be int what is it called? Next underscore best.
Yeah, very similar.
Input dot next int.
Yeah. Capital I, yeah.
Yeah. Int okay.
And then okay, so we have that. So now let's try to is that yeah, that should be the last. Let me see. Actually, yeah, the next thing to put in there is the system.out print line for the total cost. And now we're finally going to use your get order total method. And then you said you wanted to put in like some phrases, right, beforehand? Like
yeah.
Total. This is where you actually put it. Don't try to, yeah, this is the part where I say, because I was trying to think like, can you put that in your method? I think it's like the best way is to put it inside your main and then have your method actually just take in the inputs that it wants and not mix and match. So if you have this, your total cost is, okay, so that's a string. Now you want to concatenate this, right? Here you can do different data types. It could be a string. It can be like an int. So do you remember when we did that? You just had to, the same way as what you did before, you plus, so you have this, your total cost is, right?
Yeah.
You plus this get order total.
Yeah.
Okay, let's actually do that first. The more sophisticated way is to actually use the the decimal format.
Okay.
So let's not do that yet. Or do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Just so that we can. Okay, let's just do that. Okay. So the reason why you're doing this df format
Yeah.
is because this is how you're gonna format your output of your
Right.
get order total, right? Because
Right.
as you see right now, if you look in your console, it says 32 dot or 32.0, and then that doesn't look like money. So let's format it. So the one thing you put it there is get order total, and then let's pass it some inputs.
Okay, so you have to put the be prepared.
Yeah. And this is the input for the be prepared. Yep. And then the next one.
Next underscore best.
And then what's the other one?
Oh, the type of order. So.
And you already asked the user that, right?
Yeah. So order underscore type.
Exactly.
And 1, 2, 3. And then that's it.
And then okay, let's end those statements. I think do you need another brace?
Yeah, I think so. There. And then this one is for that. And then this one is for everything.
Okay. Okay, try running it and let's give it some inputs.
Oh, what happened here?
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, yeah, I always forget those two. And then another one.
Yeah. Okay, there.
Okay, let's see. So yours looks good. It actually has a box. Okay.
Oh, okay. What to order? I'm gonna do no special.
Okay.
Wait. What do I do before I do this?
What happened? It didn't work?
I don't know. I'm confused. Oh. Okay, wait. Maybe I
do it again? That's pretty weird.
special. What do I do? Do I press return?
You press enter. Yeah, return or enter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't know what did you do on the other one?
That was weird.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick like 4. How many next best? I'm gonna pick like 5.
There you go.
Wow, that was so helpful.
It's nice, right? Okay, and then obviously you just have to format like the output. If you look at your output, try scroll down your console. You need a space right after the colon.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
And then a $sign. You can put in a $sign as well. So try to put that right now on. Like total cost. You put it all inside the quotation.
Space.
And then the $sign. Yeah. Okay. Try doing that again. Just to see how nice it looks.
Okay. Run. 3, 4.
Awesome.
Wow. Wonderful.
See, like the moment that's why I like using scanner, because what you call like what we're doing right now is called a chatbot. Like chatbots are a way for you to ask the user questions, and then whatever they output, it has different like choices and it branches out. And technically, this is how you do this, guy. Try for tomorrow. Try like beforehand. Try to do the other ones. Else if, and then else. And like, if you want, you can even experiment. Like, try doing this on number 19 as well.
Okay, got it.
I think 19 is very similar, right?
Yeah, it is.
This one is asking you about file size. And then depending on your file size, you have to return different numbers, I think.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, there. Let's check number 19.
Okay.
Yeah, size 1 and size 2 are set. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's a little cryptic though. I don't know what 3 means and 1 or 2 is 0. So it's a little cryptic, but just try your best. You can always you can look. I think the best thing is to just write it from scratch and kind of like refer back to what I have. But from what you've learned, today, scanner, decimal format, whatever, and then kind of like how you write that, it's just a building block. The more you do that, like for example, for the exam, it's not like you're gonna know ahead of time, right?
Exactly.
So for right now, we're trying to build that, like you figuring out techniques of how to interpret like the question.
Right.
and then writing code from that. And obviously it's gonna take like more iterations, but that's normal though. So, but if you don't go through that process, it's kind of you won't be able to debug, like
Right.
it'll take you longer, which isn't a good thing during an exam setting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, let's keep on doing this. I think that this is more effective. Oh yeah, and then
Perfect. I
you
agree.
you mentioned something about the can you send me the one thing, the like the questions
Yeah,
that for
I'm
the
gonna
exam?
find that. And then I already sent you, if we can tomorrow, if we have time after we go over 19, because I'm gonna try and start doing 19. So we
Okay.
don't have to start completely from scratch and you can just tell me what I did wrong.
Yeah, I
And
think that would be good.
then
Yeah, and then the vowels one as
yeah,
well.
and then I'll do that one too. And then
I think for that one we may have to talk about it. There's
okay.
that's
Yeah,
where we use switch.
okay.
Yeah, switch is another way, but we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Because I just wanted to go, like, even for 10 minutes, I wanted to show you my program that I did for the test versus like what he asked for, and then I wanted to see what
Uh
was wrong because I couldn't compile it.
oh shoot. Okay, yeah. Send me what you have if you can, and then
Okay.
also
Yeah,
the
I can do
prep
that.
for the exam. On
Okay, cool.
can you send it to my email? I usually just
Yeah.
because I have to refer to it while I'm typing. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I can
Thanks,
send it to
Mila.
you now.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So, make sure
Okay.
it's at 4, right?
Yes, we're at 4.
Okay, cool. See you
Okay,
tomorrow.
perfect. Thank you.